Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. Pleased to be joined by Jacob Halicek of Clare football. Hey, Jacob, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. We are officially in game week now. So, Grayling is your week one opponent. Before we get to that, I need to ask how was the summer? How was the last couple of weeks? And now you're kind of getting into this mode of preparing for a game, really, the next 9 weeks of the year.
Yeah, I mean, this summer's been great. I think I was just going on my third year of varsity football, and I think this is definitely like the best culture. I've been around in my entire high school sports, like all sports, high school related. So the culture is really good. We had a lot of attendance this summer, so it's really been just amazing. Team camp was great, a lot of bonding. We went up to Frankenmuth and we were up there for a couple days. So that was all great. And then we get into the fall camp thing. It's hard, it's hot out and stuff like that, but we're all just together. And there's really just a bond between all of us. So I think that's really something that's kind of pushing us. And then this week we're going in to prepare for Grayling, so hopefully we can have a good week and come out with a win.
Yeah. So really just I know a lot of people have talked about what you guys did last year and big and you guys accomplished a lot of big things, beating some really good teams and stuff like that. Like, overall, just how was the growth that you've had from this past year and then really just this summer? What was the biggest thing that you learned from last year that now you're kind of taking into this year? If
hmm Yeah, I feel like for me, it's just trying to get better every day. Getting better throughout the summer, getting better whenever. But I think the biggest thing that I take away is just staying focused all throughout the season. You're gonna have rough weeks, you're gonna have good weeks, but you just got to stay consistent. And then when you get in the playoffs, we got to be able to finish. So I think that's something that we're really focusing on this year, is just being able to finish. And hopefully we're going to be able to get the job done. And I think the group of guys that we have this year is going to really help us do that as well. Like I said, we're all really close, so we're really excited about that.
when you look at look at the conference with the Jack Pine, of course you got Ogamon, you got Gladwin and Standish, Bullet Creek and Shepherd, and I know you've got some pretty good non-conference opponents as well. Uh,
hmm
but going up an hour to play Grayling to kick off the season, just are you just excited to get the year started and really coming up against a pretty good Grayling team.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm really excited to get the year going. I wouldn't really care if we had to drive 2 hours, 3 hours. It doesn't really matter where we're playing. I think the guys are just all really excited to be together, go out there and play somebody else for once instead of hitting each other all the time. Obviously we had the scrimmage and everything, but it's not really the same. So we're just really excited to have this good week of practice, watch some film, game plan and stuff like that, and then head up there Thursday and hopefully head out with a win, like I said.
Yeah. So really, going both ways. I know obviously smaller schools, you sometimes you can't only go on one side of the ball. What's it like to play both?
Um, It can be hard sometimes, I won't lie. Playing offense, going to the sideline, coaches are talking to you about, offensive stuff, but then you got to go back out and play defense, and you come back off, and then you got to focus on like what to do on defense. So it's just constant corrections on both sides of the ball. There's not really much time for everything, but once you get the hang of it, once you like start to understand it, it's really fun. Because I can imagine like playing offense and then not being able to play defense, or playing defense and not being able to play offense. I kind of like being out there at all times. So it definitely is a perk.
Kind of take me through your summer. Like what was this summer like? Because, just on a personal standpoint, and obviously you have team workouts and all that other stuff, but as just an individual player, you're just constantly busy with camps and
For sure.
trying to perfect everything. And what was this summer like for you? How busy was it?
It was pretty busy, but I think it was a good busy. It wasn't anything that was too overwhelming. We lifted with the team, obviously Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. I believe we had 7-on-7s, and then personally, I trained by myself, and I mainly kind of just focused on speed, explosiveness, route running. I kind of reshaped a little bit of just how I play. So I'm playing in the slot this year, so I kind of just feel a lot more fluid on the field, a lot more flexible and stuff like that. So I kind of focused on that this summer, but it was definitely a really big, busy summer. Couple 7-on-7s we traveled to. Team camp was a busy time. We went up to Traverse City for a day camp with as a team, and that was really fun. We got to play like Traverse City, got to see Petoskey. We're gonna have week 9, so that's always nice to kind of get a overlook at them. Even though it's a long ways away. I mean, it seems like it now, but they're gonna be here any day now. So, yeah, but we're just really excited.
Yeah. um really these always it's always these first couple games because really by week 3 everybody knows what they have in
Mhm.
terms of playing. Of course, the first couple games, two of them are on the road, and then of course you have the home game against Brandon. um really, what do you really want to do in these first few weeks to kind of, because I know I know every opponent, every team's a good team and everyone can beat you, which is obviously true. But
Mhm.
there's a lot of because it's going to be a gauntlet toward the end of the year because of course you got Ogama, you got Gladwin, you got Standish, and then of course Petoskey, as you said, week 9. So how do you feel like you guys need to kind of set the tone these first few weeks to get ready for that tough stretch later in the year?
Yeah, so actually our first home game isn't until week 4 versus Glavin because the Ortonville Brandon game is in CMU.
That's right.
So
Forgot
I
about
think
that.
it's just going to be more of like we're going to be on the road a lot, even though CMU's kind of right in our backyard. But just focusing on no matter where we're playing at, we're going to play to our best and kind of getting used to each other. Because again, we lost a lot of returning starters, so we're all a new group. I mean, we're all mostly in the same grade and everything. We've been around each other for a long time, but being on the field, getting that chemistry down is really important within the first couple weeks. So I think the Granite game, Ortonville, Brandon, and Bullet Creek are going to be really three really important games to kind of get that chemistry down. And then obviously we got the big game Glavin at home week 4, so really excited about that one.
Yeah. And then just let's get in your head a little bit, Jacob. How do you mentally get ready for a game?
Me, I don't know. I kind of switched up a little bit. I do a lot of different things. I listen to music a lot. I'm a big music guy. I kind of get in my zone. So home games we sit in the turf room. We have a indoor turf room facility, so we sit in there. I like to listen to music. Just kind of close my eyes, kind of just mentally visualize, making a play or getting a first down or making a tackle or making an interception, dropping into coverage, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Just so that when you go out there, your head's kind of clear and free, and stuff like that. Kind of just meditating, trying to stay as calm as possible. Because when you go out there, you're going to be going like a million miles per hour. You go from just chilling to warming up right away and getting ready to the game. So it's really important to be able to just be at peace in the head.
You talk about that, and I'll mention this. How do you handle the highest of highs, and then the lowest of lows? Because in football, and especially in the 9 weeks, and it'll even obviously get a lot better, a lot bigger when playoffs
Mm,
go around.
for sure.
How do you handle all that?
Um, it's hard. It definitely is hard to handle lows, especially when you go through different stuff or different things. But I think I've just learned to like just accept what it is. Stuff happens, and you just got to keep working. That's the most important thing. And for me, I mean, when things go wrong, I got a great group of guys around me this season, so I know they're always gonna have my back. So that's a really good thing as well. I know I always got them.
And then, I know obviously everybody has a lot of goals, and
Mhm.
everyone, wants to do well, and everybody wants to win the state championship at the end of the year. But what's it
Sure.
going to take to have a successful year for Clare?
Um, I think it's just being able to finish, going out there every single one. We've really worked on that this off season, doing a lot of stuff in practice, stuff like that. So I think it's just finishing. We have the talent, we have the speed. We're a really quick team this year. We got 5 kids who run like 11 flat to 11.2 in the 100-meter dash. So we're quick. Plus our linemen are agile and quick. So I think it's just playing to our strengths, and finishing is really going to be important for us and playing together. I think that's something we haven't really done in the last couple of years, play together. And I think this year we're going to be able to really do that just based on our culture and just how close we are as a grade and as a group.
All right. I feel like we need to get to know you a little bit, Jacob. How about that?
Sure.
So overall, do you have a memorable football moment from any past year or anything?
From high school,
Yeah.
I'd say beating Glavin last year is definitely a big one.
Yeah.
But I would also say I think my biggest moment is probably when we went up to Petoskey 2 years ago. my sophomore year, and we beat Petoskey. I think that was just a really big tone setter because earlier in the season we lost to Frankenmuth on the last play of the game. Um, and then we lost to Glavin. Just a whole situation happened with the injury and everything, and they came back. So we really were looking for that big win. You know what I mean? And we went up there 2.5 hours away, and we came out with a win against a really good, I think they're D3 team, D4 team. So I think that was definitely one of my biggest moments ever,
Yeah.
biggest memories.
Um, let's see. What's your go-to place for food? Like this is just in general. Not I'm not talking like before a game, but just
I'm a
if
Chinese guy.
you want to go get something.
I'm a big Chinese guy.
Okay.
So I can go like Panda Express. I don't know where Mount Pleasant is because I don't know where you're from, but Mount Pleasant,
Yeah,
um,
I know. I've been
yeah,
there several
yeah,
times.
they got a lot of good Chinese places. I'm a Chinese guy. I'm a really big foodie actually. So I like Italian food. I like pizza, all kinds of pizza. Um, so yeah, I like a lot of different things. There's probably a lot of things.
Yeah, college. Yeah, being so close to a college town
Yeah, for sure.
is always a good thing. What's your all-time favorite movie?
All-time favorite movie. I would probably have to say the new Top Gun Maverick.
Okay,
The old one was good, but I really like the new one. I can't really think of. I watch a lot of TV shows. I don't really watch a lot of movies.
okay. Well,
Yeah.
let's ask this. What's a TV show or a streaming show that you've watched, or what you're currently watching, or that you've watched in the past that you really like?
I would say Outer Banks is a good one.
Okay,
I've watched a lot of like I can't think they're called like The Arrow, The Flash. Those are really good. Those are really good shows.
yeah,
Besides those ones.
yeah. And then finally, favorite overall. I know we're back to the food discussion, but favorite overall meal. Well, this could be one that you get out to eat, or this could be one that you get made at home, or you make at home.
I brought this up to Coach Spranger I don't know if it was a year ago or what, and he thought I was crazy. But so Hungry Howie's pizza, pepperoni pizza
Okay.
with honey on top.
Okay.
You gotta try it. It's the
Okay.
best thing.
All right.
The best thing ever.
Sounds good. Yeah. Yeah. I
You
know
won't try it.
Springer's
I know you
I
won't
know
try it.
Springer's gonna watch this, so it'll be very interesting. We might have to I
He knocked me for it. I know
might have to do a
he,
taste test
he
for that
tried.
one or something. I don't know. All right. All right. But Jacob, thanks so much for the time and
Cool.
best of luck this season and best of luck this week against Grayling.
Thank you.